बहुत सेवा करी मम्मी का क्या कुछ। आज गई नहीं, तुम्हारा सब प्रोग्राम मैंने कैंसिल करा दिया। खराब। नेटवर्क इज बैड। Network is not bad. It's just somehow like आवाज मत हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कान में लग ईयरफोन कर लो। हरे
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय, जगत शिला प्रपात की जय, जय गुरु महाराज की जय. Welcome everyone to this class after Janmashtami. So we'll start with the Mangalacharan. So if you can go to Bhagavad Gita, open page 1, introduction. Bhagavad Gita page 1. Extra. Extra तो हम कहीं ना कहीं. Yes. Okay. ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं. वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं द्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादं सगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च. हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद
अच्छा भाई ठीक
श्री
ठीक बनाना
अद्वैत
जैसा बनाना
गदाधर
गीला
श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण
नहीं
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे
नहीं
हरे
चाहिए
राम राम
बस
राम
सॉफ्ट होना
हरे
चाहिए
हरे ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
हाँ हाँ वो एक जैसा बनाना चाहिए मतलब अनीश को चाहिए होता
ओम
है
नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
हाँ कहता है ना वो गीला है ना
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय कम करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्प्रातं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं परमानन्दं भातु हरे कृष्णा So from today we are going to start reading Shikshashtakam. So when we'll understand the importance of this as we move forward. So how many of you know who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Huh? Who is Krishna himself? What else? Any other thing which you know about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? He came in the form of a devotee. Yes. Anything else?
He came he came in the mood of Srimati Radharani.
Yes, he came in the mood of Radharani.
And he did the prachar of Hare Krishna. He started the Hare Krishna movement, which we are following now.
Correct. He started the Sankirtan movement. Right.
He only who given the Hare Krishna Mahamantra.
Yes. So he came around 500 years back. He is Krishna himself in the mood of Radharani. He came as a devotee. So Krishna came as a devotee. And that form is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Now, he has not composed, he has given lot of, he has done lot of prachar, lot of shiksha, but he has not written any books. He has not composed any books. Uh, he has been doing preaching, talking to people, but not composed any books. All his teachings were compiled by Rup Goswami in a book called Padyavali. And that from that Padyavali, Shri Krishna Raj Kaviraj Goswami identified 8 verses from his various teachings and put it together, which became as Shikshashtakam. So these 8 verses are the condensed instructions by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He inaugurated the Sankirtan movement. And this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, from where did it come? Anyone knows? From where did it come? Kali Santran Upanishad. This is there mentioned in Kali Santran Upanishad. The purpose of that Upanishad was to tell people what should be done in Kali Yuga. And in that it is mentioned that Hare Krishna Mahamantra is the Yug Dharma for Kali Yuga. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu picked up Hare Krishna Mahamantra from Kali Santran Upanishad, and that is what he popularized. That. So that is how this Hare Krishna Mahamantra. It is not that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu created it. It was there in the scriptures. And the scripture for Kali Yuga. He picked it up and popularized it. That's what he has done. So these are the Shikshashtakam that we are going to read. It will take 3-4 classes because each verse is very deep in philosophy. So it will take 3-4 classes possibly to cover these 8 verses. So what we will do is, Diksha, if you can chant the verses and we'll all follow. You can read one line, we'll follow.
श्रीशिष्टाष्टकम की जय
Jai.
चेतोदर्पणमार्जनं भवमहादावाग्नि निर्वापणम्
चेतोदर्पणमार्जनं भवमहादावाग्निर्वापनम्
श्रेयाकैरवचन्द्रिका वितरणं विद्यावधूजीवनम्
चन्द्रिका वितरणं विद्यावधूजीवनम्
Swadanam.
Buddhivardhanam Pratipadam Purnamrit Swadanam
Snapanam Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam.
Atma Snapanam Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam
Nija Sarva Shaktis.
Nam Akari Bahuda Nij Sarva Shaktis
Smaranena Kalaha.
Tatra Pita Niyamita Smaranena Kalaha
एतादृशी तव कृपा भगवान् ममापि
एतादृशी तव कृपा भगवन् ममापि
दुर्दैव ईदृशम् इह जानीनानुरागः
तृणादपि
नादपि सुनीचेन
सुनीचेन
तरुरीव सहिष्णुना
तयोरेव सहिष्णुना अमानेन मानदेन
कीर्तनीया सदा हरि
कीर्तनीया सदा हरि
न धनं न जनं न सुन्दरीं
न धनं न जनं न सुन्दरीं
कवितां वा जगदीश कामये
कवितां वा जगदीश कामये
मम जन्मनि जन्मनीश्वरे
मम जन्मनि जन्मनीश्वरे
भवतात् भक्तिरहैतुकी त्वयि
भवतात् भक्तिरहैतुकी त्वयि
अयि नन्दतनुजा किङ्करम्
अयनन्द तनुजा किङ्करम्
पतितां मां विषमे भवाम्बुधौ
पतितं मां विषमे भवाम्बुधौ
कृपया तव पादपङ्कजा
कृपया तव पादपङ्कज
स्थितधूलि सदृशं विचिन्तया
स्थितधूलि सदृशं विचिन्तय
गलदश्रुधारया
नयनं गलदश्रुधारय
वदनं गद्गदहृदया गिरा
वदनं
पुलकैर्निचितं वपु कदा तव नाम गृहणे भविष्यति युगायितं निमिषेण चक्षुषा प्रवृषायितं शून्यायितं जगत्सर्वं गोविन्द विरहेण मे आश्लिष्य वा पादरतं पिनष्टु माम्
तिष्ठु माम्
प्रशनन् मम हतं करोतु वा यथा तथा वा विदधातु लम्पटो
विदधातु लम्पटो
मत्प्राणनाथस्तु स एव न परः
मत्प्राणनाथस्तु स एव न परः
कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण
हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे
हरे राम हरे राम
हरे राम हरे राम
राम राम हरे हरे
राम राम हरे हरे. So these are the 8 verses, and we will analyze each and every verse in this class and in subsequent classes. So there are some concepts which I first want to share with you, and this is given in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Nectar of Devotion, written by Rup Goswami. So there are 3 stages of bhakti. First stage is called sadhana bhakti. Sadhana bhakti means we are told that you should do this, and that's why we are doing it. Sadhana bhakti has 2 stages. First is called Vedhi bhakti, and second one is called Raganuga bhakti. In Vedhi bhakti, we are doing just because someone has told. We have no interest, we have no taste, nothing is there, but we are doing. You should chant, we are chanting. Not that we are getting any taste. That is the first stage of sadhana bhakti. The second stage is called Raganuga bhakti, where slowly rag happens, which means slowly the interest starts developing. Slowly the taste for chanting starts developing. So these are 2 stages within sadhana bhakti. Then comes the higher stage as we continue doing this sadhana bhakti, as we continue chanting, continue doing all these things, slowly the love for Godhead slowly the love for Godhead starts emerging. That stage is called Bhava Bhakti. Now, this stage is equivalent to the rising of the sun. Just before the sun is rising, you cannot see the sun, but you can see the light, the rays you can see, but you can't see the sun. So that state is called Bhava Bhakti. So the love for Godhead has not emerged, but you can sense that. So that is called Bhava Bhakti stage. And then comes the final stage, which is called Prema Bhakti, which means the love for Krishna has now emerged fully. The sun has risen fully. That is called Prema Bhakti stage. So Sadhana Bhakti, Bhava Bhakti, Prema Bhakti. Right? Now, in this verses, Shikshashtakam, first 5 verses are related to people who are at Sadhana Bhakti stage, who are doing chanting, who may have developed some attachment for chanting. The next 2 verses, 6 and 7 verses, are related to Bhava Bhakti stage, where the love is slowly emerging. And then 6 to 8 has some concepts about Prema Bhakti, out of which 8 is Prema Bhakti, highest. That is the highest level. So that is the way. So sadhana bhakti, bhava bhakti, prema bhakti, and all of those are covered in this set of 8 verses. The second concept which I wanted to share with you is that all the Vedic knowledge that we are getting can be divided into three areas. Do you know what is SAP? What is SAP? Company's name, right. So now in our parlance, SAP may in SAP, S stands for sambandh. So there is knowledge which tells us who are we, who is Krishna, and what is our relationship with Krishna. So there is this whole lot of knowledge which is about sambandh, right? That is one kind of knowledge. Chapter 2, which tells you we are not this body, you are the soul, and all those. That is all about sambandha. Then the next level of knowledge, once you know the sambandha, the next one comes is abhideya. Abhideya means once you know what is the relationship, what actions you should do. So that is all about sadhana. That is all about doing bhakti. That aspect of knowledge is called abhideya, where we have seen this verses like you should surrender to me, you should pay obeisances to me, you should abandon all varieties of religion, just surrender to me. All that is related to abhideya, which is about what is it that we should do. And then the last category of knowledge is prayojan. Prayojan means what is the goal for doing that. Once you do all this, which is there in Abhideya, the activities you do, what is the goal for achieving that? So, all the knowledge which says that ultimate goal is Krishna. So all that knowledge is in this category. So SAP stands for Sambandh, Abhideya, Prayojan. Now, in this verses also, first 5 verses are related to Sambandh. What is our relationship with Krishna? Who are we? What is our relationship with Krishna? 1 to 8 also has concepts about Abhideya. What is it that we should be doing? And 6 to 8 has concepts about Prayojan. What is the goal of those things? So we'll find all the Vedic knowledge, all the aspects of Vedic knowledge being covered in these set of 8 verses. That's why it is so important. Philosophically, these 8 verses are very powerful verses. The way we had Chatushloki Bhagavad Gita, Chatushloki Bhagavatam, this is 8 verses which has all the philosophy which is needed for us to move. So now you have this sheet with you. So the first 2 verses will talk about the greatness of the holy name. And today we'll possibly be able to cover only one verse in that, because that is very important verse. First verse and the last verse will take a lot of time. Other verses are maybe will be able to move faster. Then verse 3 to 5 talks about what is the qualification of a devotee and how disqualified we are. That is 3 to 5. And 6 to 8 is emotions which are felt by exalted devotees. So those who are exalted really, because 6 to 8 is dealing with Bhava Bhakti and Prema Bhakti. So these are the emotions being felt by exalted devotees. And who is the most exalted devotee of Krishna? Who is the most exalted devotee? Highest devotee. Who is the highest devotee? Gopis of Vrindavan. So 8 is about Gopis of Vrindavan. So that is beyond our level. So that is the way it will be covered. So now we'll come to the first verse. The first verse starts with Cheto Darpana Marjanam, right? The first verse gives seven benefits of chanting the holy name, and we'll understand those one by one. So it gives us seven benefits or 7 perfections of chanting the holy name. So the first 3 words are Cheto Darpana Marjanam. Cheto means consciousness. Chetana. Cheto means consciousness. Darpana means mirror. Marjanam means cleaning. So the basic thing is Hare Krishna Mahamantra cleanses the mirror of our consciousness. So that is the first benefit of chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Now our mind is like a window. Whatever is it opens up the horizon, and whatever is outside comes into our mind. If we see good things come inside. If we see bad things come inside. It can be like a TV screen. Whatever is there being transmitted, TV screen will show that. Same is the case with our mind or consciousness. Whatever we have stored inside our mind will show up, right? It is like a mirror. Mirror will only reflect whatever is there outside. However, originally, our mind was pure, like a water drop. The rainwater, when it falls, it is pure. Slowly, when it is coming down, it is becoming impure, and when it falls on the ground, it becomes dirty. So that is the way our mind was. It was perfectly clean, but slowly, when it is coming down, it has become dirty. And then it has got covered. Our mind is covered. Our soul is covered by 3 coverings. And in Bhagavad Gita, we had covered that. We'll go to chapter 3, shloka number 38. Chapter 3, shloka number 38. Yeah. So it says there are 3 levels of covering which are given here. As fire is covered by smoke, as a mirror is covered by dust, or as the embryo is covered by the womb, the living entity is similarly covered by different degrees of this lust. So what are the 3 kinds of coverings? Keep Bhagavad Gita. We'll keep on quoting from Bhagavad Gita.
Smoke.
What does smoke cover?
Fire.
Fire. Next one. Dust covers the mirror. Womb covers the embryo. Now, tell me, based on your experience, which is the lightest covering and which is the strongest covering out of this? Smoke is lightest, right? And strongest is womb. Because womb, there's nothing you can see inside. It is completely covered. Fire, you can still see. Dust on the mirror, you can see less. But womb, you cannot see anything. So these are the 3 levels of coverings which are there. So similarly, our consciousness is covered by lust, different degrees of lust. For someone it is completely covered like a womb. For some it is slightly covered like smoke covering the fire. So and this is what happened because of all the things that we have taken from outside. We were originally pure, but because of all that which has come from outside, these coverings have happened. Now it is said that we have mirror in our houses. There's this story of some temple was going through some problem. So someone has said that you should put a mirror in front of the temple so that all the bad omens are reflected back. Very commonly it is done, right? You put a mirror. Very commonly it is done. So now, many devotees realized that people who are entering the temple, they are watching themselves in the mirror instead of looking at the Radha Krishna deities, right? So this is what happens because we have come to the temple to see darshan of the Lord, and instead we are doing our own darshan, right? So then the temple authorities asked that the mirror should be removed, and we'll just chant Hare Krishna for taking care of all the problems. So the message here is that we should have as small a mirror as possible in the house. In fact, I have seen many sannyasis when they are traveling, the only mirror they carry is this size, just this much, enough to see their forehead to put the tilak. That's about all. They will not have a big mirror or anything in their house or wherever they are staying. They just get one small mirror just to put tilak, nothing else. Because mirror also stokes our ego. That's the thing. So one devotee was asking that I'm chanting. Why am I not getting these ecstatic symptoms, all those things which are there? So he was asked that, how long have you been chanting? So devotee said, I've been chanting for 1 year. So he was told that, look, you have accumulated dust for millions of births. Now, when you are chanting slowly, that dust is getting removed. It will take time to remove that dust, and also depends on how purely you are chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. More purely you chant, faster will be the removal of the dust. The way we have these cooking vessels, if you don't wash it for many months, they'll become so dirty that one wash, the dirt will not go away. You have to wash it multiple times, only then it will go. So that is the power of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. It will cheto darpana marjana. It will clean the mirror of the heart of all the impurities. Have you been to we have been to these exhibitions and fairs where you have these mirrors, convex mirror, concave mirror, and all that stuff. Where when you stand, sometimes you look very tall, sometimes fat. Have you been there? No, in such fairs? No, you have not seen. You should go to such. It is fun. It is fun. You suddenly become very small, very tall, and all that stuff. That is what happens when our consciousness is covered by dust. We start thinking of we stop seeing ourselves who we are. Instead, we start seeing our reflection. We start thinking that we are great, we are this, we are that. All those problems starts coming because our consciousness is covered by dust. So, however, when we chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, this starts getting cleaned. Cheto, Darpana, Marjan. Right? The second perfection, which comes, second benefit is Bhav Maha Davagni Nirvapanam. Bhav means it typically it means to be. To be means to get old, to get diseased, to die, all those things. And bhav is also used for this world. What is it called? Bhav, bhav sagar, bhav rog, right? So this also means this material world. And then it says Maha Davagni. Davagni, anyone means knows the fire. Which fire? Forest fire. Maha Davagni is forest fire. And Nirvapanam means it removes that. So Bhav Mahadavagni Nirvapanam basically means it extinguishes the fire of conditioned life, of repeated birth and death. So when we are chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, it will take us out of this cycle of repeated birth and death. Now, if a person who is sitting in a house which is on fire and he says that I'm happy, what will you think about, oh, that person? Crazy, right? All of us are in that house. All of us are in that house. That there is fire all around and they are happy. I've got a promotion, I'm happy. I've got good food to eat, I'm happy. There's fire all around. And we have to find way to get out of it. There's this story which comes in Bhagavatam, where Indra has been cursed to take birth as a hog for some reason. Now he takes birth as a hog, as a pig. And now since he's Indra, so he became as a king of pigs. Now after the duration of curse is over, now he should come back. But he's there. So now Brahmaji comes, boss, curse is over, please come back. So no, I'm enjoying here. I'm the king of pigs. I have so many wives, so many piglets. We have so much of stool all over. We are roaming around. We are having fun. Why should I come? This is what is happening with us. Now change Indra to yourself. This is what is happening with us. Bhav Mahadavagni. We are situated in this. And how does it work? Bhav Mahadavagni Nirvapanam. There is a shloka in Bhagavatam which says, Samashrita ye pad pallav plavam mahat padam punna yasho murare bhavam buddhir vats padam padam viddam yatesham. Bhavam buddhir. Bhavam buddhir. Ambuddha means sea, ocean. This world is like an ocean. Now, moment we start chanting and we surrender to Krishna, this ocean becomes the size of a puddle which is formed in the hoof print of a calf. Calf itself is very small. The hoof print is even smaller. Water contained in the hoof print, that the impression which is formed on the ground is only so much. Now compare that to the ocean. So moment we start chanting, this ocean becomes like the hoof print of the water, the quantity of water which is contained in the hoof print of a calf, which can be crossed very easily. So that is the benefit which we get when we chant. So all the material miseries can be crossed by chanting. And basically the main thing is we can get out of this world, out of this repeated birth and death. Otherwise, if we continue here, then padam yat vipadam na tesham. Padam. Every step there is going to be some misery. Only when we cross this world will we not have any misery. You try to go from here to Electronic City. If Hebbal you are not getting stuck, Silk Board you will get stuck. If not Silk Board, somewhere else, somewhere you will get stuck. Or you may get stuck everywhere. Right? So that is the world. Right? Best thing is to get out. Right? So that's the impact of holy name on material distress. Now the third benefit of chanting. Shreya Kairav Chandrika Vitaranam. It spreads like the moon, the rays of the moon. Shreya Kairav means the lotus, and Chandrika is sun, is moon. So the glories of holy name is spread like the rays of the moon, and it is good for everyone. The rays of the moon, the rays of the sun may not be good for everyone. But the rays of the sun are not good for everyone, but rays of the moon are always good. You will always feel pleasant, peaceful in moon rays. Sun rays, some may feel good, some may feel bad. But moon rays, everyone will feel good. And that is the power of holy name. Everyone will feel good in the holy name. And there are very few things which are universally good. And Hare Krishna Mahamantra is one of those which is universally good. It is good for everyone. So there is this story of Akbar and Birbal. Once Akbar got up in the morning and he got out of his balcony and then he saw the washerman coming to collect the clothes. And then when he turned around, he tripped and fell down and he hurt himself. So then all the Vaidya came and did that. Now, when he went to his assembly, he narrated this incident. So his courtiers asked him, Maharaj, whom did you see the first? in the morning. So I saw that washerman. So the washerman is the ill omen. Just because you saw his face, you got hurt. So Akbar said, yeah, possible. So he said he should be killed. Washerman should be killed. So washerman was doing his job, and suddenly this message comes that you have been ordered, it has been ordered, you should be killed. So he ran to whom? He ran to Birbal. He said, look, this is what has happened. So Birbal says, okay, I'll come. So now the Birbal comes to the court along with the washerman, and he asks Maharaj, Maharaj, why did you give this order? He said, his face is so bad that when I saw his face, I tripped and fell. So I said, okay, Maharaj. But he was also saying that he saw you the first time in the morning. Now, when you saw his face, you only fell. But when he saw your face, he's going to die. So who is more a bad omen? So then Akbar realized the fallacy that he was making, the fault in his logic. So something which is good for someone may not be good for others. But Hare Krishna Mahamantra is something which is universally good for everyone. Someone chants this knowingly, unknowingly. There is a verse in Bhagavatam which says, if you chant it jokingly, mockingly, in any way you chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, you will get the benefit of it. Right? Now we'll come to the fourth perfection. Fourth perfection is Vidya Vadhu Jivanam. Vidya is knowledge. Knowledge. Vadhu is the jewel. Vadhu is the jewel, and knowledge. Jivanam is life. So it is the most treasured jewel and life of knowledge. What Hare Krishna Mahamantra is the most treasured knowledge of life. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, remember that verse which says, Sarvasya chaham harda sanavishto, matta smriti jnanam apohanam cha, vedescha sarver aham ev vedyo, vedanta krit vedvid eva chaham. What he says is, Vedeshcha sarver aham vedyo, or from all Vedas I am to be known. Right? So knowing Krishna is the summary of all Vedas. Right? Similarly, Hare Krishna Mahamantra is the summary of all the knowledge, is the life of all knowledge. If we acquire a lot of knowledge, doctorate, PhD, postgraduate, but we don't know the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, that all of that knowledge is useless, waste. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna again says in that Chatushloki Gita, Tesham Satata Yuktanam Bhajatam Priti Purvakam Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam Yena Mam Upiyanti Te. Whoever worships me, Bhajante Mam, whoever worships me, I give him the knowledge to come to me. And how do we worship Krishna? By chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So it is the crown jewel of all the knowledge, transcendental knowledge, spiritual knowledge. Hare Krishna Mahamantra is the crown jewel of all the knowledge. The next perfection, the fifth perfection is Anandam Buddhi Vardhanam. Any guesses? What does it mean? Anand. Anand is bliss. Ambuda, ocean. Ocean. Vardhanam means increasing, right? It increases the bliss. Or the ocean itself is big, but when you chant Hare Krishna, that ocean further expands. That is the power of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. It is mentioned that there are three levels of happiness. First one is called Bhogananda. Bhogananda means bhoging, enjoying, enjoying, enjoying enjoying the material things, right? So that is compared to a drop. Enjoyment coming from material things is like a drop. The next higher level is Brahmananda. Brahmananda is by merging into impersonal things, because now when you merge, you will not get any distress. So that is Brahmananda. That is like a puddle. So first is like a drop, second is like a puddle, and then the highest is Premananda. Premananda is when we are directly engaged in serving Lord Krishna with love. The bliss that we get is like the ocean. So from drop to puddle to ocean. So that is what we get when we chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Anandam Buddhi Vardhanam. The sixth one is Pratipadam Purna Amrit Swadanam. Every Pratipadam, every step, yes. Purna Amrit Swadanam. Fully you can taste the nectar, the bliss of Krishna consciousness, of happiness. So, because material happiness that we get is punctuated by gaps. Happiness, distress, happiness, distress, happiness, distress. It is like the example which I shared in my classes. It is like a burger. Bun on top, bun at the bottom, and thin slice of cheese in between. The thin slice is happiness. Top and bottom is distress. Whereas the spiritual happiness which we get is permanent, continuous, permanent. There's this concept of you have all of us have seen the pendulum, right? It moves from one side to another. That is the situation we are in. That is called bhog tyag. We enjoy, we try to do lot of bhog, then we get fed up, then we say, I'm giving everything, tyag. After we've given everything, then we say, no, now we start enjoying, now bhog, tyag, bhog, tyag. And in the meanwhile, someone dies, we go to the crematorium, tyag. We come out, bhog, bhog, tyag. We are moving in that cycle. But the whole idea is we should get out of that cycle. Now, I was going through the papers which all of you have submitted. So first thing is, it is so nice to read all those things. So many realizations. My next 10 years classes are made by reading that. So now the question is that in chapter 18, Krishna has mentioned three levels of happiness. Happiness in sattva, rajas, and tamas. What is the happiness in sattva?
Doing all good things, eating good food.
Yes, yes. It is like poison in the beginning and nectar at the end, right? Getting up early in the morning, having bath, chanting, meditating. It looks like poison. How can you do that? Right? But once after you start doing it, slowly it becomes nectarian, right? It becomes nectar at the end. Then what is rajas?
Passion.
Doing. Now here it is about nectar in the beginning and poison at the end. You do a lot of activities in passion because it is giving you some happiness, but then later on it becomes poison. And then tamasic happiness, what is that?
Poison in the beginning.
It is a poison in the beginning, middle, end. Every time it is poison. And higher than sattva is what? What is that stage called? Shuddha sattva. Shuddha sattva. Shuddha sattva. There the happiness is, it is nectarian from beginning, middle, end. All the time it is nectarian. That is holy name. Holy name is nectarian all the time. Right? That is the message which is coming out from here. And then comes the last, seventh perfection, Sarvatma Snapanam, which gives a very cooling effect. When you chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, when you are angry, try chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Suddenly you will get cooled down. That is the thing, because it helps us get Premananda, which is completely pure. Krishna was having, we have heard of Krishna was having a headache, and Narad Muni asked, what is the cure for that? And he said that I need the dust from the feet of my devotee to be put on my head. Narad Muni said, how can that happen? We want the dust of your lotus feet to be put on our head. How can our dust be put on your head. So no one was willing to give. Then he went to gopis, and gopis said, take buckets. Said, then Narad Muni said, but you will go to hell. He said, doesn't matter. For us, what matters is Krishna's happiness. Whether we go to hell or not does not matter. That is the kind of cooling effect which chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra has. And the last line is Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam. So all these things are related to Krishna Sankirtanam. So just to summarize, what are the 7 opulences? Cleanses the heart, right? Bhav Mahadavagni Nirvapanam, forest fire, the distress, right? It is universally good. Universally good. Because it is moon rays, right? Vida Vedu Jivanam. What is it? It is the sole summary of all the knowledge, right? Madandam, it increases the happiness, the bliss, right? Yes, it provides happiness at every stage, at every step. And last one is cooling effect, right? So these are the 7 benefits of chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So any questions, any clarifications? So we are convinced. So that's why each verse is so power packed.
Difference between Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya and Hare Krishna Mahamantra is there?
See, all these are names of Krishna. It is just that in the scriptures it is mentioned that for Kali Yuga, this mantra is more powerful. Hare Krishna Mahamantra is more powerful.
But in movie also we saw that Om Namo Bhagavate
It was in which yuga? So remember that it was in which yuga. That's why. So every mantra is powerful. But this is called a Mahamantra because for Kali Yuga, this is the most powerful mantra. Any other clarifications? Okay, so one thing.